At the top of the market, they're happy. At the bottom of the market, they're depressed. And that's when you make your money, when people are depressed. If Lacey Hunt says it's going to be deflation, other guys say it's going to be inflation.
Yeah.
And the purpose of you as the investor or the person is, you know what, what's this guy, F. Scott Fitzgerald says, the definition of an intelligent mind is about to hold two opposing points of view at the same time. So one person says inflation, one person says deflation. And intelligence means somewhere in between, I'm going to make my decision.
Yeah.
When people ask me about that, I say, I don't give a shit. I've been preparing for this crash since 1971. I have so much gold and silver and Bitcoin stacked to the ceilings because in 1970, it was actually 72, I started. When Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard 50 years ago, August 15, 1971, I could see the future. At that point, I don't save dollars. I save gold, silver, Bitcoin, and I borrow money. So as long as the banks are giving me borrowing money, I'm borrowing money. You know, my last investment was $160 million. And of course, it's held in a different corporation, so it's far away from me. You know, if the thing crashes, as they say, the bank has a problem. I don't have a problem. It's the game. You know, and if I could leave one message to all you young viewers, there's a game being played out there that's so far beyond Robinhood and YouTube and all that stuff. The game of capitalism is a very sophisticated game played by very smart people, not all honest. But if you don't want to play that game, buy Apple, buy Amazon, have an RRSP or a 401k, and get a safe, secure job with the teachers union. I'd shoot myself if I did that.
Right. Yeah.
So it all depends upon you. All I'm saying, Jay, is it depends upon you, the person listening to the show right now. What's stirring in your gut? You know, I don't really care because it goes up or goes down. That's what I'm saying, is that the bull goes up the stairs, bear comes out the window. Prepare for a depression today while people are high as kites.
Yeah.
That's how I think. You know, I'm a helicopter pilot. I went down 3 times in Vietnam. But we're prepared for it every single time. We knew it was coming. The aircraft always gave us warning. Engines going out here, taking shots here and all this stuff. But the Marine Corps prepared us for the crash. And I'm doing kind of the same thing today, preparing people for the crash. So let me tell you this, you know, like Joseph Kennedy, who was President Kennedy's father, you know, he said he was in New York City, and this shoeshine boy, a taxi driver, had a hot tip from him in the stock market. This was 1929. So Joseph Kennedy said, sell everything. He says, when taxi drivers are giving you tips, it's time to sell. So in 2008, I was at Safeway right next to my house, and the checkout girl was giving me her card. She says, I flip houses. And I said to Kenny McElroy, my partner, said, you know, looked at each other and said, it's time to sell. The crash is coming. Not that we're going to sell, but we're prepared for the crash, the depression. There was a depression. So 2 nights ago, with my other friend, we're all real estate guys here, massive developments in Idaho and Arizona. We're looking for a place to eat. We can't even get a reservation because the bear's at the top of the market. Everybody's euphoric. You know what I mean? They're happy as Larry. They're drinking, champagne's flowing. We walk in, and all these women are in evening gowns. And one was, I still remember, it was this bright gold, you know, looked like gold coins or something. It all had white and all this stuff. So a friend of mine said, well, was it a high school prom? I said, no, these women haven't seen a prom for about 4 decades. They were celebrating, you know, they were sucking down the champagne and all that. So my next door neighbor and I said, it's like the shoe shine or the taxi driver giving you a tip. It's like the Safeway checkout girl saying, I flip houses. I looked at my friend, this is about 3 nights ago. I said, it's time to sell. Because when the bear goes out the window, it's going to come fast. Faster than you know. Slowly at first, then suddenly. If I could pass those words of wisdom on as a seasoned investor, that's what traps people. At the top of the market, they're happy. At the bottom of the market, they're depressed. And that's when you make your money when people are depressed. Because everybody was, what's the price of Bitcoin going? What's real estate going to do? I said, look, you got to step back and look at markets.
Yeah.
All markets go up, all markets come down.
Yeah.
And this has been running since 2008. It's a long bull market. So just remember, a depression is when people are depressed. And I think this next depression will be a long one. I would be preparing for that now. It doesn't mean I still buy real estate, I still buy this. But I study, I listen to guys like you or your guests and things like this, and who say, is it going up or down? Who cares?
Right.
Are you prepared for whatever happens? That's the thing. So right now, I have millions and millions of dollars of gold not stored in this country. I mean, I don't hold ETFs or stocks. I hold physical gold in different parts of the world. I also have a jet. I will get to it by myself. So I'm prepared.
Interesting.
There's, at a lot of the more major airports have these special little hangars where the rich guys taxi up on their jets. And the money is scooped into the plane and it's gone.
Sure.
It's a different game. That's what I learned in Vancouver. Do you know what I mean? So I talked to young guys and said, aim high. Really, really, really look at it. Like this guy, what's his name? Is it Bezos and Musk and all these characters flying in space? I just want my Layer 60. I don't need to go in space. I just need a jet. I can get out of town fast. And I can move. I can pick up my money in different parts of the world and keep going.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a plan for depression, man.
They're in their early 30s, right? They've got maybe $100,000 in the market. They'd love to get into real estate. They haven't yet, or they're in that scenario. Maybe they own their first apartment, whatever it is. But Robert, what's depression preparation look like for somebody in that scenario, the sub-millionaire?
Well, I really don't know it because I never had any money anyway. It wasn't the blessings I had. My father never paid for my education. So I've always been a scrambler. I've always I never had any money. So if you're a mommy's boy or a daddy's boy and mommy and daddy gave you all your money, paid for your college education and all that, you're actually handicapped because you don't know what it's like to scramble. Do you know what I mean? You just don't know the game. You want mommy and daddy to give you the lollipop or something. So you actually get smarter in a depression if you have your wits about you, because there's going to be more opportunity and all this. So right now, I've been listening to your channel, listening to all the people that come on. And I'll listen to Schiff. He hates Bitcoin. He's still a friend of mine. George Gammon's a good friend of mine. Jeff Snyder. I mean, these are very smart people. But I still have to make my decision. So I never had any money, so I've never needed money. It's really strange. That's why I was in Vancouver raising money, because I didn't have any money. If you can, it's called a frame of mind.
Yeah.
So I actually feel sorry for rich kids. I mean, I have friends whose parents gave them everything. Not friends, but relatives. They're completely worthless. It's just mommy's boys. Fat, sloppy, they got no fire in them. I'm a U.S. Marine. Like I said, I joined the Marine Corps not because I'm a nice guy. I went to Vietnam because I wanted to go with guys who want to kill people. If I wanted to save people, I joined the Coast Guard. If you can think in those categories, and the reason I went to Vancouver it's because everybody said, that's the most dangerous place on earth. I said, I belong there. I've got to go. I've got to go meet those guys. And they're great guys. I mean, most are crooks, but they're great guys. I had so much fun. It doesn't mean you have to be like them. Keep your ethics, morals, and integrity in there. But man, those are smart guys. It's better than somebody who's, a public servant and is waiting for 20 years and has got a wife and 3 kids. or whatever the case is. Not my kind of friend.
Sure.
So I hang out with, like Gammon. Gammon's a wild man. I love him. Kenny McElroy is a wild man. All my friends are just entrepreneurs. So you are the people you hang out with. I'm not saying I hang out with, you should hang out with. But right now, ask yourself, I've asked this question to a lot of people, who do you hang out with today? Mm-hmm. Are they fat slobs just sucking down Molsons and eating potato chips? Or are the guys hustling around, working out, having a good time? You really are a reflection of your friends.